Good morning, friends. In the previous videos, we have already covered nouns and personal pronouns, which you can find in the language and grammar playlist. Today, we are going to discuss possessive pronouns as well as the possessive in general. So let's first revise. What are pronouns? You see, pronouns are those words which can replace any noun in a sentence and can act on its behalf. Pronouns are used to avoid repeating the same nouns over and over again. Let us now revise the different types of pronouns. If we remember correctly, we have personal and possessive, demonstrative, relative, interrogative, distributive, reflexive and emphasizing pronouns, indefinite pronouns, and finally, reciprocal pronouns. Now let us talk about the possessives. First of all, the first sentence. This is Nice's laptop. This Kindle is mine. And the third sentence says, we are going to his house. In the first instance, the laptop belongs to Nisa. In the second, I own the Kindle. And in the third, the house we are going to belongs to some other person, his. You see, the word possessive is derived from possession. Possessives therefore denote the ownership or some similar relationship based on possession. Such are answerable usually to the question whose. So whose laptop? Nice's. Whose Kindle? Mine. Whose house? Is. Now let us discuss the various types. Possessive noun. Nisa is a noun and therefore Nice's laptop possessive noun. Possessive pronoun. The Kindle is mine. Mine is a pronoun and it shows possession. So possessive pronoun. And finally, possessive adjectives. His house. His qualifies the house. Therefore, possessive adjective. Now let us talk about possessive nouns first. We directly take names to indicate the ownership. The names can come as proper nouns or as common nouns. The common factor is the apostrophe and s ending. So how do they work? Singular nouns take apostrophe s at the end to indicate possession. For example, the book belongs to Ram. It becomes this is Ram's book. Ram apostrophe s to indicate possession. Similarly, we went to Kedarnath in the car owned by Abhishek. It becomes we went to Kedarnath in Abhishek's car. Abhishek apostrophe s to indicate Abhishek's possession. Again, in the case of regular plurals ending themselves in s, we only use the apostrophe after the final s, giving it s apostrophe appearance, just the reverse. For example, this house is owned by my parents. This is my parents' house. Parents, then apostrophe. This dorm belongs to the senior boys. It becomes this is the senior boys' dorm. Again, boys and then the apostrophe. In case of irregular plurals without the s ending, they take apostrophe s as usual at the end. For example, you can find him in the men's section. Ravi has become a member of the children's library. Men apostrophe s, children apostrophe s. So the common factor again is the apostrophe and s. Next, let's discuss about possessive adjectives. This is my book. We are going in his car to the cinemas. She hates her school. My, his, her. Possessive adjectives show whether something belongs to someone or not. It is always linked with a noun. For example, in the first instance, the book, it is a noun, belongs to me. In the second, the car, again a noun, belongs to him. In the third, the school, which is a noun, belongs to her. So when we indicate their possession, we use the possessive adjectives my, his, and her. Being formed from pronouns, such adjectives are also known as pronominal adjectives. The root word is nomen, which means name or noun. Pronoun, pro plus noun. Pronoun works in place of nouns, and pronominal is the thing which is derived from pronouns. In this case, pronominal adjectives, which is derived from pronouns. Now let us come to possessive pronouns. This book is mine. Whose umbrella is this? It is his. His bike is an Enfield. This isn't his. Possessive pronouns indicate possession. However, they are used without any noun. Rather, they stand for the noun. So here is the difference between possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives. We will come to that shortly. Let's discuss possessive pronouns first. In the first instance, the book belongs to me. In the second, the umbrella belongs to him. And in the last, the bike doesn't belong to him. So to indicate this possession, we are using the pronouns mine and his. These pronouns are called possessive pronouns. If we take a good look at the third example, his bike is an Enfield, this isn't his. In this case, there are two his. One is colored in red and one in blue. Now, look at the first his. It is associated with bike, which is a noun. So this his is a possessive adjective. It comes always with a noun. But the final his, this isn't his, it sits alone in place of any name. So this his is a possessive pronoun. Now let's move on to the comparison of possessives, possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. You see, the possessive adjective my becomes mine when it is used as possessive pronouns. Similarly, your becomes yours, his, her, its. These possessive adjectives becomes his and hers. Always remember, we do not use its as possessive pronoun. Our becomes ours, your becomes yours, their becomes theirs. So basically, we add s when we are talking about possessive pronouns. Now, possessive adjective will always come with a noun. However, possessive pronouns will always sit alone. Possessive adjectives will never come at the end of a sentence. Possessive pronouns, however, are always placed at the end of any sentence. The only exception is of mine. Of mine comes at the beginning as part of a phrase. Let's talk about examples. In possessive adjectives, we say, I met with one of his friends. The same sentence in possessive pronoun will become, I met with a friend of his. So his friends becomes friend of his. His comes with friends when it is used as possessive adjective, but as possessive pronoun, it sits at the end of the sentence alone. Now let's talk about some final usage. First of all, possessive adjective its is not the same as its it''s. It''s is the shortened form of it is. The tree sheds its leaves. Its. We don't write the tree sheds its leaves. It''s because it would mean that tree sheds it is leaves, which makes no sense at all. Its is used with animals or non-living things or sometimes with babies. For example, the dog is wagging its tail. A bee is hovering around its hive. The exception is in the case of gender of the animal is known. We know the animal either masculine or feminine. We use appropriate possessives. So his tail in case of a male dog and her tail in the case of a female. In case of plurals, whether human or subhuman, for example, trees and plants and animals, we use their. For example, the dogs, plural, are wagging their tails. The trees, plural again, are shedding their leaves. And remember, this is T-H-E-I-R there, not T-H-E-R-E. T-H-E-I-R there is a possessive. T-H-E-R-E indicates direction. The boys are walking to their school. Again, T-H-E-I-R. Now, final thing, the change up. You see, possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives can be interchanged. In the case of this interchange, we change the whole possessive adjective and noun combination with one single possessive pronoun. How? Let's see. This is my pen. Here, my is an possessive adjective and pen is the noun. This will become this pen is mine, where mine is possessive pronoun. Similarly, this is her coal. Here, her is a possessive adjective while coal is a noun. This becomes this coal is hers. Hers is possessive pronoun. So you see, possessive adjective and noun, this combination is totally removed, replaced with one single possessive pronoun. Let's talk about some other examples. You have got my pen. The pen you are using is mine. So my pen, my is a possessive adjective and mine is possessive pronoun. Your presentation is excellent. That presentation of yours is excellent. Again, your presentation, possessive adjective and noun combination. But when we say that presentation of yours, here yours act as possessive pronoun. Finally, one of my sisters cheats at board games. It becomes a sister of mine cheats at board games. So you see, of and then possessive pronoun can come near the beginning as a part of a phrase. Otherwise, they always come at the end. Here we will end our discussion. Hope you like it. Thank you.